In this interview, you're about to meet my client Joseph, who runs a content agency that's making $30K a month. You're going to learn how he's running a business at 91% profit, how he's able to work with 7 and 8-figure CEOs, how he's able to charge $3,500 a month, and how he has a close rate that's over 50%. You're also going to learn how I helped him build his cold DM machine and scale to 30K a month and now 50 and 100 and so on. So with that being said, get ready, take out a notepad, and let's dive straight into it. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Joseph, who's a client of mine that came from the UK, and we're in Miami right now. And I want to give him a quick introduction. So I want you to just take the floor, introduce yourself, tell him who you are and what you do.
100%. So yeah, my name is Joseph. I joined Christian, I think, 2 months ago now.
Been about?
Around 2 months ago. I run a content agency, and really my main bottleneck was just trying to scale my input, like understanding what didn't work, getting his insight and really increasing that. We're now currently doing 30K a month, and this month we're going to be doing 50, end of the year, 100K a month. So a lot of support from him.
That's a sick intro. Let's dive a little bit more into it, okay? So for some clarity, so you're at 30K right now, right?
Yeah, 30.
But I mean, we talked about this before the interview. What's the profit look like on that?
Yeah, so last month, just after speaking to him, I used to pay my editors and everyone fixed. Now I just do it output based. I know this may sound like a cap because it's an agency, but I did 91.8% profit just due to output last month.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 91% profit with an agency. That is basically impossible.
It's unheard of.
If you're running ads. I mean, if you're running ads,
ads, what are they?
What are ads, guys? We don't believe in that. What do we do around here?
We're cold DMs. We're cold DMs.
We're cold DM guys, okay? Cold DM makes us freaking rich and gets us Loro Piana on the shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, so 30K, and where were you at? Bring me through kind of the starting point, before you kind of got all this success and got to where you're at.
Before I worked with you? Or?
Yeah, before you worked with me, where you were at, and why did you decide, hey, Christian's my guy, I want to work with him?
Yeah, so funny story. Let me get up my phone a second. I think Christian will probably add it up, the actual photo. But I texted him the 4th of September, 17:05. I just watched one of his, I think it was third or fourth ever video you ever posted, where you taught people how to scale cold DMs. And I followed his whole script. I got a response from him. Haha, solid, pitch value first, but nothing really happened. Obviously, I didn't sign him as a client. I took his advice. I scaled to around 4K just from his advice. Probably the main takeaway from it was I was doing everything myself at the time. I only offered editing back then, so I was just editing for my clients. Got a team in for that. And then I went with another program, scaled to 10K from that. And then I came across another one of Christian's videos. And I was like, maybe it's time to have multiple coaches. So I reached out to him. Fast forward, literally 3 months. Well, no, 2 months.
Yeah.
I've now gone up by an extra 20K. So yeah.
Insane, dude. So you tried to pitch me. That's hilarious. Saw one of my cold DM videos.
Yeah.
And you tried to pitch me using my script. It didn't really work, which, kudos. That would have been a crazy story.
I got the response.
You did get a positive response. We had that.
I hear you.
I heard him out. Okay, so this does work. But then, yeah, you scaled up to 4K just based off of my free advice?
Yeah, probably my main takeaways were, because I was doing everything myself. So getting a team behind you, and then non-call, because I was literally, just saying to someone, hey, how are you? Waiting for the response. But then I kind of seen value first, offering them something like free edit or something back then. So yeah.
Sick, bro, sick. And then we went from 10 to 30.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of where you came from. And what, I know you mentioned this, what were the main bottlenecks right before we started working together? What was holding you back from going from 10 to 30? Why'd you need help? I'm curious to know what was that holding you back?
It's probably just multiple things. One, my belief system. I was pretty content with just 10K a month. I never necessarily had a problem with the operations. as Christian knows, my operations are pretty good.
Yeah.
But my main thing was limiting beliefs, not really having true guidance when it came to the cold DMs. Obviously, my cold DM strategy worked. I got to 10K, but it was just finding out how I can further scale it. Because at the time, I only had 2 VAs. So seeing how I can better scale it, become a better leader myself. That's when you guys, if you're not already at that point, when you are at the 30K point, it's more so you focusing on becoming a leader more than anything, especially when you're in the agency space. So learning how to become a better leader and really just other stuff, becoming super clear on my offer. So I now, only really work, apart from some older clients, really work with 7 to 8 figure CEOs. This isn't even a lie. You can ask him.
It's true.
And yeah, understanding how I can appropriately reach out to them, because it's a different ball game, you know, and how I can do better on sales calls, how I can better present myself. Hence why we had to, made the Lauren Piana cop. And yeah, stuff like that. It's really helped me get to the next point. And then for 50, it's really following the same path as I currently am, but just further increasing output and becoming a better leader.
Sick, man. Sick.
Yeah.
I want to hit on this for a second. What are you saying to those guys that are at, like 5, 10K a month, and they can't consistently get leads. They can't consistently book calls. They're trying cold calling. They're trying cold emailing. They're spending a couple grand on ads, right? And there's this belief in a lot of people in the agency space. They're like, hey, cold DMs doesn't work anymore. Like it's old. Everyone does it, right? You got to 30. You're going to 100K a month with cold DMs.
Yeah.
By simply getting more VAs, scaling it, sending more damn DMs.
Yeah, so obviously getting more VAs is obviously crucial, but the key thing where people make mistakes is, and I've made this mistake myself, I still do, they don't have any training in place. A lot of people are hiring VAs with no guidance. They're like, reach out to this person. I know some people, they don't even have a script for them. They're just making them say whatever. So you guys could hire 100 VAs. If you have no guidance, you're not crystal clear on who you want them to reach out to, the follow-up processes, it's not going to work. And that's another key thing. The money is never in the first message. The money's always in the 4th or 5th message. Yep. So just delay your gratification. I do. But a lot of the times I mainly get responses at the calls from follow-ups. So just understand that, guys. Systemizing your entire VA process, cold outreach process, is where the money's at. If you're not tracking, and this is another thing, Christian's really helped me with tracking. I don't like tracking. I don't do it anymore. I have a VA manager who does it for me. But back then, I wasn't really, he called me out on it. It made me change it. I was tracking kind of like high level KPIs, but I needed to go more in depth. And when I mean in depth, I mean, there's kind of 3 segments to your cold outreach, like the intro, value, CTA. Tracking each KPI metric of this is what you taught me to do.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. A couple of things. You gave me some ammo there. I think it'll be super valuable for you. The first thing is going up market. Okay? Yeah. The second thing I want to talk about, so I don't forget it, is how many cold DMs you're sending right now, every single day, to get to 30K a month.
I'm currently sending 200. My VAs only send 50 messages per day.
This guy sends 200 cold DMs a day. 200, that's it, right? I was sending 800 a day to be at the same level, right? And so you don't need a lot of cold DMs to scale. I mean, you're a living freaking testament to this.
Quality over quantity, but like Christian says, why can't we have quality and quantity?
That's the combo. That's the combo we're taking to 100K a month. So you need to understand that, right? Like when you're starting off, you might have to play the quantity game since you don't know how to do the cold DMs. Send a ton of them to learn, and based off the feedback loops that you see, improvise and change up what you're doing so that you can get the quality and scale with a short amount. But that's just a crazy belief that a lot of people have is like, I'm doing 100 DMs a day, 200 DMs a day, and they're making $0 a month. Why do you think you're different than the guy that's still doing 200 DMs a day, but you're making 30?
Understand being able to adapt quickly and training. Like I mentioned earlier, people are hiring VAs. Let's say, as an example, you do real estate. People are going on to like Grant Cardone. They're going through his followers list. Any person who has real estate in their bio, they're reaching out to. But what if these people haven't posted since 2021? You can only send 50 messages per day on IG. You've now lost it. You can only send 49. Let's say 20 of these accounts haven't posted since 2021. So being able to train up your team to be able to check these things. Another big thing is lifestyle. Have you trained your team to be able to see what someone's lifestyle is like? Do they have a nice watch on? Do they have a nice car? If so, they're going to be paying you piffs. They're going to be paying you more. So training your team to do all these things, that no one speaks about this. And this is what you guys need to focus on. I promise you, that's where the money is.
100%. And, we here in Spartan Scaling, I'm mainly helping guys at like 5 to 10, 15, 20K months scale up, right? And so there's a couple of things you need to do in order to get there. You mentioned leading a team, hiring, systems, automations, tracking, right?
Yeah.
That type of thing. But another thing I want to talk about, so again, I want to talk about going up market. And I also want to talk about your pricing and your offer, because that's something that's very different if you're willing to share here in a second. And something that could help you watching go from 10 to 30 to 50 in the matter of, a couple of months. And so let's first talk about going up market, because this is a problem I see a lot of people face, right? If you're in the weeds, grinding in the trenches, and you're making 10K a month, and you're charging, $1,000 a month, you're working with broke people in your industry, you're doing something wrong. You're a living testament to this. He strictly works with 7- and 8-figure CEOs. I've seen the people that are his clients. These are famous people online. He gets on meetings. The people that respond to his cold DMs have millions of followers on Instagram. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we got our first ever, this isn't even a PIF, by the way, guys. We signed someone who's now paying me $3,500 per month. It's 15K altogether. Like,
now let me ask you a question. Let me break another belief. Do you have a guarantee?
no. No refund policy either.
No refund policy, no guarantee, charging a client $3,500 a month. Paid happily, easily.
One call close, 15-minute close, and I'm not even exaggerating. I did my process, hopped on a call, maybe a call 2 days after, the DM, quick 15-minute call, signed, and then now that I've built up a team, I only call him. I don't really do too much service delivery unless I need to assist my team. The team does the rest of it. I can now then focus on better improving my DM process. So I'm not happy with just one $3,500 per month. I'm on 100 $3,500 per month. So that's what we're focusing on.
And that right there is the mentality, bro. That's the mentality you need to have. What happens when you stay comfortable?
I had that last month. I stayed. I wasn't even comfortable. I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, so Christian sorted me out, spoke to me, and then we added on an extra $10,000 in a month because I dropped off a bit, went back up. So yeah, that was sorted.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Now, about how much you charge, what have we been working on, right? Because I know you weren't charging what you're charging now.
Yeah, I've never done I still to this day, I've never done a PIF before. So it's just 30K recurrent. I've never done a PIF before.
Never done a paid in full, a PIF, a paid in full. And how much are we charging moving forward?
So we're charging 7K now. I've got a few, so we're going to be getting one this week without a doubt, if not early next week because of the 4th of July. But just changing my mentality. So I'm charging 7K for a PIF. So this is 3 months because I'm a content agency. It's not like ads where you do a fixed price. My price will always change depending on the quantity of videos, scripts, etc. But 7 is for 2 long form videos a month, scripts included, and 30 short forms with scripts included. And then obviously we then do it. But that's kind of industry standard at the moment. Mm-hmm. And the main reason I wasn't doing it, and Christian helped me with this, I told him like, man, I can't charge someone 7K up front. Then he said this one thing to me. And even if you're watching this and you're at 2K right now, you'll be able to agree with me on it no matter what your money blueprint is. What's 7K going to do for you? Like, you can't. It's not life-changing money. You can't even buy a Rolex. Like, you can't buy a new car. You can buy 1 month of rent, maybe 2. Maybe buy a Loro Piana shirt. But there's not much else you can really buy. It's like it's not life-changing money. And this is the mentality shift I had.
It's crazy, right? You got to think bigger, man. You have to think bigger. And real soon, we're going to be charging 10K.
Probably 15 pretty soon. I think
15, there we go, dude. That's the damn
I
mindset.
think we'll probably make the jump, to be honest. So yeah.
That's sick. So yeah, you guys have learned some insights about what he's done to scale to 30K a month, and we're coming up, going on 50 now. One last thing we'll talk about is the actual offer structure itself.
Yeah.
So what a lot of content agencies, ad agencies, outreach, and like outbound agencies, everybody that helps with lead generation in specific, where a lot of them struggle is they only provide one step of the funnel for the client. So they only provide editing, right?
Yeah.
They only provide the Facebook ad. They only provide the cold DM that they're sending. And what they don't provide is, the copy, the creative, the offer restructure, helping with setting, with sales, right? With everything else that it takes to actually get your clients results. And so if you're currently only offering one step of your service, of what's required to get that transformation that you're selling, right? If you're only doing one step, you're behind and you're in with the crowd. That's how you stood out.
Yeah, so I got about 12K a month just from editing. It's not to say that it's not going to get you a 10K a month, but my close rate kind of dropped, especially when I started targeting these high-level people around that point, because it then meant they had to get me as an editor, get someone else as a scripter. So a lot of people pay for ease. I can charge for scripting, editing, ideating, content funnels, etc. I can then add on an extra $2,000 per month just in convenience fees, because it's convenient. So if you're a content agency, you're only doing editing, start doing scripting, start doing ideating, start doing like ManyChat, go high-level funnels. If you're doing ads, I don't know too much about ads, but why don't you start offering to like edit-led creatives? Just stuff like this, guys, because then you're saving them having to reach out to someone else. People pay for ease. And no matter how rich they are, everyone will always pay an extra couple $100 for ease. It's that simple.
And here's a secret. What Joseph has done is very damn hard to do. You ideate, basically, right? You ideate, you script, you edit. Do you publish?
We don't publish, no.
Okay, well, you do basically everything for the client to get the result that they want, right?
It's coming soon, though, the publishing. I just need to get a social media manager.
And that's what we've been working on, is going away from the editing. So if you're at 10K and your service is just the ad, it's just sending outreach, it's just editing the content, you need to add layers. I call it a mixed offer, right? Where certain parts are done for you in your offer, certain parts are done with you, and you teach them things and how to film and how to actually be in front of the camera when you're doing the content. You need to have more elements to your offer. And here's the secret I'm trying to tell you. This shit is hard to do.
It's hard, guys.
Which is why you stand out.
It's hard. You, like I said at the start, leadership. And another big thing I also want to go on to, and I think this is where a lot of people make mistakes, they try and hire people who are the same level as them. As long as they can do a job 90% as good as you, hire them. But also hire based upon personality, not skill set. It's very easy to upskill someone. It's very hard to change someone's personality. If they're negative, they're showing up late to work, bin them off. But even if they're not the best, but still aim for B+ players. You can make someone an A+ player from a B, but don't go for like D players, but just understanding these things is important.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Real quick, I want to go because I truly don't know this. What did you try any other lead gen methods besides cold DMs, and how did it work?
Yeah, so I am trying to run ads at the moment. I'm paying, so far I've been doing it for around a month. I haven't yet made any money for a return on investment from it. Ads do take a lot longer. I'm currently prepared to invest about 10K with my own money into it to see what happens. But until you're at like 30K a month, to be honest, I can get to 100 with cold DMs, and that is what I am going to be doing. But it's always best to test multiple. But you don't even focus on ads, guys, until you're at like 30K a month. Or if you have a 10K lying around, maybe. But invest that into VAs, not ads. That's what I'd recommend.
And that, my friends, is how you can end up at a 91% profit margin. But in reality, I have an issue with estimated gurus out here, like saying ads is so easy. Like, just do ads, bro. Cold outreach sucks. Organic, making YouTube videos sucks. It's a bunch of BS. And don't hear from me, because I'm the cold DM guy, right? So it's like, why listen to me? It's like living testament right here. Ads is harder than people make it seem.
Everything's hard, guys. Cold DMs are hard. Ads are hard. Choose your hard. Do you want a 10K hard where you're like, both of them, you're going to lose time. That's inevitable. But one, you're not going to lose. You can if you would get a VA straight away, but cold DMs, you're not going to lose money if you do it yourself. Ads, you're losing money no matter what. Choose your hard. Choose how much money you want to lose. But if you're starting, cold DMs should literally, you should study it. I hate to say this, but it kind of is an art. What I would suggest doing is going on to your requests. You're going to see tons of cold DMs. Make a Google Sheets. Understand the ones which actually entice you, the ones which make you want to respond, and then the ones which don't. Why do those ones make you want to respond? Start building your script from that, and then never repeat what these guys do. That is what I'd recommend.
That's great advice. So, yeah, I mean, I guess another question for you. Truly, do you think you could have gotten to where you're at today without my help, my videos, my free content? Where do you think you would be at? I mean, do you think do you attribute a lot of work to where you're at due to me and working with me?
Yeah, most definitely. So when it comes to starting off, I think Christian is 100% the reason why I'm here today. As you guys seen, I reached out to I think it was the 2nd of September, I can't remember, when I reached out to him and I learned these things. When it comes to now, Christian's helped me just a ton with mindset and everything. I do think when it does come to a certain level, maybe at 30K, you can always figure these things out yourself, but it's going to take longer. Why on earth wouldn't I pay him to excel me by 5 years? You know, like if I can pay him to excel me by 5 years so I can become a millionaire quicker, it's worth every single investment. But I think at the start, it was critical that I had him to get my mindset right, understand that I'm not a business owner if I'm doing it myself. I'm a glorified freelancer. Understand that I needed to cold outreach to people. So yeah, I attribute a lot to him.
And I don't want to take all the credit because you're a stud, like in your own right. And you need to be. Like if you want to work with me and scale from 10 to 30 to 50, I'm not going to save you. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody saved you. I didn't save you.
You can only want it enough yourself. And this is another thing where, so I'm glad I'm out of Miami now, you know. We've enjoyed ourselves today. We've bought some nice bits, nice food and stuff, but it makes you more hungry. We were walking past, we saw Lamborghini. We were even speaking about our dream class, what we're going to get at the end of the year. He's going to get a Corvette. I'm going to get a Mercedes. And it's like, you know, just speaking to people like that. You probably have it. Some people who hang around at the moment, maybe not on your wavelength. They may be happy with where they are, but I know both of us, we want a lot more out of life. So yeah.
Sick, bro. That's sick. So yeah, dude, I mean, you've basically shared your whole story, right?
Yeah.
How you went from 0 to 30K a month. And I mean, real quick, what's our plan for 50? What are we doing? What are we changing? Changing or simply doing more of, right?
So
there's a hint.
We're not necessarily really changing anything. We're just increasing the input. There is going to be a few tweaks, you know, just to ensure that all VAs are happy, increasing incentives, better pay, better bonuses, etc. My service delivery is on lock, so we're not going to touch that unless, well, we are when I get a social media manager. But really just increasing the input of everything and testing what works. We may throw out a cheeky LinkedIn strategy, but we're keeping that on the low right now.
Cheeky, man.
Until we find out it works. But yeah, we're diversified in. We're not just going to rely solely on IG anymore. maybe LinkedIn, maybe probably not Facebook, but it could happen. We'll see.
So real quick, I feel like, somebody watching right now might think like their BS meters like through the roof. They're like, there's no way these, like 21-year-old guys are sitting here in this empty apartment and flexing how they make 30K a month, right? So like BS meter through the roof, through the damn ceiling of this apartment. Is it that simple? Like all that you've done? No. I mean, is it as simple as building an offer, doing cold DMs, creating content and VSLs, setting in sales? Like, why do people think it's so hard to scale? The guy at 10K a month is grinding 12 hours a day and he can't scale.
You're probably focusing on the wrong things. Like, what makes you the most money? Focus on that, the rest employ. A lot of people, like, they're scared not to make a good profit, I mean, I can't really say much. I did pretty good profit, but it doesn't matter, Like, just hire more, okay? Just hire more so you can 100% focus all your time and fee on what makes money. Like, I flew to Miami. I'm from the UK. It takes around 9 hours. I didn't have to stress about things not being delivered to clients because I knew my content manager was on it, and I knew my VA manager was ensuring that all my VAs were sending cold DMs. Like, a lot of you guys who may be at 10K a month, you're doing everything. If you're on a 9-hour plane journey, you're probably stressing out about it. As soon as you land, you have jet lag, you're working. Like, I went to bed. So just
light flex.
So just understanding these things, guys, is important. Taking the right steps, read the book Reality Transurfing.
I got it right there.
And yeah, I promise you'll see a difference.
Okay, final question. Be honest, Joseph. What would you say to the guy watching right now? Okay, not exactly a beginner, because I am mainly working with more experienced agency owners, people that are like-minded to myself, people that are already making decent money. They're struggling to scale. They're struggling with their show rate, close rate. It's hard to acquire clients. It's hard to charge a ton of money, go up market, and all these problems in between for the guy at 5 to 10, 15, 20, 30K a month, right? What would you say to that guy watching that's considering working with me, investing, working with me in Spartan Scaling, joining the community to be with you, me, all the other guys that are crushing it and making a ton of money? What would you say to that guy that's been on the fence of working with me?
It's really a no-brainer, to be honest. You have Christian support, but another key thing is also the community. As an example, if you run a content agency, like, you're going to have access to me. I think there's a few other people who have content agencies. Let's say your focus is on real estate. You're going to have access to Christian because that's what his agency was, but you're going to have access to tons of other people. It's to being able to have access to these people, which is a great thing. Another thing I'd like to point out as an entrepreneur, a lot of the times it becomes lonely, especially when you're at that point where, you're first scaling to maybe 15, 20K a month, because you're on your own a lot. Like, you may not fit in with your current friends as much just because they're kind of like, why are you in your room 18 hours a day? But you can speak to these guys who can relate, and then it comes out worth it. You meet these people in Miami. I'm also off to Costa Rica in a couple of days to like chill in like a pretty nice house with 10 other people. So you meet these really great people along the way. And yeah, definitely mindset as well. Like we spoke about earlier, I thought 7K was a lot to ask for a PIF. When we actually broke it down into reality that you can't really buy much of it, it changed my whole perspective. So take the leap. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. You're going to come out with a better mindset, better pockets. It's probably, if you don't hit the gym already, probably going to inspire you to hit the gym. I mean, we have some pretty wham people in the group. So yeah, guys, it's just invest.
All around. I mean, you're...
And steak. And steak.
Yeah, I admit, right? If you end up joining Spartan Scaling, you're going to start eating steak. You're going to start going to the gym, getting jacked, self-improving. You're going to start making a whole lot of shit ton of damn money. and you're going to start to build a business that you love and don't hate by hiring, using systems, scaling the right way to close deals at 30, 40 plus %. I mean, what's your close rate? Real quick.
Last month, I can't remember the exact number. I think
Give me like a rough range over the past couple months. I know it's above 30.
last month, once again, I can't remember, so don't quote me. I know it was higher than 50, but it's between the 50 and 60 mark. I just can't remember the exact mark, but yeah.
50 to 60% close rate. This video, if I may say so myself, has been insanely valuable.
Yeah.
The amount of beliefs that have been broken here. I mean, imagine you, real quick, imagine you at 5K, 4K a month, like you were at watching my content. Imagine you watching this video. Would it have helped?
I mean, I just hope you guys have had a notepad with you. You're taking away the mindset, the DM strategies, and I really hope you implement what I said about checking your requests and comparing good responses to bad responses. I promise you guys that's going to be a start. I don't know the exact video title, but go down to some of Christian's other content and watch the DM stuff. It's going to be helping you a lot, especially if you're starting. If you're maybe at like the 10K mark, just invest in it now. Like, don't wait.
Just invest. I mean, you heard it from him, right? So you can go down below in the description, book a call. We can get you in here eating steak. If you don't like the kind of stuff we're doing here, like chilling in a Miami apartment, rocking the classic guru clothes with the golden gooses on the feet, eating steak, hitting the gym, doing all these things we like to do, then it's definitely not for you. But with that being said, why don't you show them what we're about to be doing? Why don't you pull it up?
Yeah, so...
This is the next thing we got up. This is the next
Christian
thing.
got me these. They're called So I've never had a cigar in my life. So...
First ever cigar. This is what happens when you join Spartan Scaling.
So yeah, guys. So I got the... so currently what I'm wearing is... I went up to the shop lady and I was like, I want that. I had a 10K course fit. So she pulled out this straight away. She was like...
Bought it today, wrinkled too.
Yeah, it's pretty wrinkled, but it's worth it because it's I buy a 10K course fit. And then, yeah, Infest, you're going to be able to get the 10K course outfit unlocked. It's really...
Yeah, don't you want Loro Piana smoking cigars with me on my balcony? I mean, who wouldn't, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to check Joseph out, I'm going to link his stuff down below.
Yeah, message me, guys, if you have any, not even just regarding Christian's offer, like if you're a content agency, more than happy to help out.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Goodbye.